Have to make sure everything is good to go. All right, in this video, we need to bring our baby back. I know a lot of you are thinking, Sheila, what are you talking about now? Hi, my name is Sheila. Welcome to... Hi, my name is Sheila. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're actually going to be talking about bringing back the baby inside of you. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Sheila, why in the world would I want to bring back a part of my life where I drooled, I couldn't put together full sentences, I had to have other people wipe my rear end, I couldn't drive, go where I wanted to, I couldn't even do my own hair. Why would I want to go back there? I'm a full-grown adult now. See? Why would I want to do that? Here's the thing. There were some attributes, some characteristics, some things about us that we had as babies that I don't think we really truly appreciated. It's true, it's true, it's true. When we were babies, people did have to do all of those things for us. We were primary consumers. The only thing we really produced was waste. So it's not like we were bringing a lot of value into the world unless you're talking about that sort of unconditional love that you can get from a baby. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. But other than that, yeah, we just consumed things. We put more waste into the world as babies. Think diapers and all of the clothes that we grow out of so fast. But there were some good things, some things that maybe if we tapped back into now as adults, we could really change our lives for the better. When we were babies, we didn't have second thoughts. Now, I'm asking you to go back to your baby self, right? You can't remember any of that. But if you put a baby in a room, on a floor, and that baby can crawl, that baby will go wherever that baby wants to go. That baby will not feel pressure other than a parent saying, no, you can't go there, and picking you up and moving that baby. But that baby on its own is going to want to pick things up. It's going to want to put things in its mouth. It's going to want to try things out. It's going to want to run around, walk around, crawl around. You put a baby who's just learning how to walk in one of those walkers. You've seen babies in walkers, and it is like they do not understand the word stop. They just go. Babies in that context have not learned boundaries yet. They don't feel a need not to explore. They're totally at a stage in their life where they just do. There's no inhibition about it. They just do whatever it is that they want to do. Now, sometimes we know that that's why we have parents around to keep them safe, because we recognize that they will just do. And when they went, they went. Like I said, they just took off in whatever direction, even if they didn't necessarily know where they were going to end up, they were willing to go down that path. As adults, though, oh my gosh. We have now put so many challenges and roadblocks in front of us that it is unbelievable. We've left that whole baby attitude behind when there are probably some things of value that we should have held on to. We are so concerned about the outcome sometimes and so focused on the outcomes that we don't even enjoy the journey. We don't take the time to learn from what we're actually going through when we're in that process, to recognize that there's value there too. We're just full speed ahead. This is what we're thinking about. And anything that comes up along the way is just an issue as opposed to maybe a learning opportunity. When we're a baby, we sort of do the same thing. But if you think about babies, when they run into challenges and roadblocks, they're more likely to pick it up and take note of it and see what it is. You know, if you're in that walker and you're going forward and a little turtle happens to go by, you know how distracted babies get? Okay, but they're willing to learn. We aren't. You know, we sometimes don't see the value in the challenges that we face Sometimes because those challenges are so hard for us, we're going through so much, there's so much emotion involved that you can't always do that. So if we take a moment to sort of step back and understand that, hey, there are some lessons that I can pick up from taking a look at what life was like when I was a baby. So one, okay, this sort of idea that we don't have to be bound and put in a box, that we can go out and explore, we can do things. We shouldn't feel so concerned about what other people think, what they're doing. Let them do their own thing, okay? I am taking stock of that baby, that inner baby that I used to have, and pulling out some of those positive attributes that I had back then, and I'm using them now. Because they're still there. There's still times when you say you want to learn how to do something new, you want to try something new. You just have a whole lot more hesitation now than you had then. And you don't necessarily have to. All right, the second thing is taking stock of those challenges and things that get in the way. And just like that baby, take a moment to figure out, hey, maybe this is something I need to spend a moment with, to learn a little bit more. Maybe there are people involved who, if I stopped and listened and learned, maybe these are people that I want to have in my life, not just now, but in the future. Well, if you just see that as a hurdle, as something to get past, then you may be missing out on opportunities that are really there for you. The third thing I want to say is to be okay with the emotion. When we're a baby, we're not worried about crying or screaming or yelling or saying nothing. We're not worried about any of those things. We're just being in the moment of the emotion. But sometimes as an adult, we hold back. We don't want people to see us crying. We don't want people to know that we've been hurt. We don't want others to see us as anything but strong and together and professional. We have this image and this brand that we're constantly trying to put on display for the world. We feel like we can't ever show vulnerability because that might be used against us. People might not see us as a person who can handle challenges in their job or in their organization or in an elected office because you showed some vulnerability over here. And our expectation is that we're going to have this sort of perfect person that we put up on a pedestal and act like they don't have any failures or any human emotions or that they've ever been through any challenges. We need to embrace that and stop worrying about all that. Take those emotions in, because here's the thing. You all know that if we don't, at some point in time, we sort of blow up, right? We're holding all of this stuff in. We're not maybe checking in with an accountability partner or a counselor, someone else who's maybe a supporter or an advocate, or maybe just a friend who has a pair of ears and they're willing to spend some time listening to us. Take a moment to reflect on what those emotions are, why you are feeling what you're feeling. Here's one for me. Sometimes when I'm snacking, I have to remind myself I'm not even really hungry. I'm just going through some emotions. And instead of digging deeper into what those emotions are, I feed those emotions with snacks. That never helps me understand more about the emotion that I'm going through, the emotion that I'm feeling at that time. It just sort of satisfies something else so that my mind is now distracted with that, and I don't have to really take responsibility for what I really should be doing for myself. So those are the three things that I think we ought to think about when we're caught up in being an adult and being this person that we think we gotta be all the time, this sort of perfect image, this perfect persona that we want to present to the world. Because like I said, we're a parent and we expect parents to do parent things. When we're professionals, we expect professionals to do professional things, as if somehow you gave up being a human just because you now check the boxes on these other things. And we all know that that is so not the case. So bring your baby back. Bring your baby back at work, bring your baby back at home, bring your baby back in organizations that you might be in, and be okay with trying out new things, even if you don't know what the end is going to be, what the outcome is going to look like. Be okay and understand that you're going to face some challenges along the way. You're going to get distracted by that turtle going by, and maybe you need to see what's going on with that turtle. You know, sometimes distractions are put in our path, maybe to get us off the path that we think we're supposed to be on. And then finally, really addressing the emotional side of what's going on. Let that happen. There's no reason why we can't let those things happen. Not just at home, in relationships, in organizations, in professional things that we do. Recognize sometimes we gotta sit in the car and go cry it out because it just ain't working the way that I want it to work. And the moment that we recognize that and acknowledge it is the moment that we can start to move forward. That's it, my 3 tips for bringing your baby back. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Welcome, and see you next time. Mwah. Peace.